Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You may recognize the scene behind me. We traveled to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving. Of course, we followed all the rules and got COVID tested before we left, and we're all clear and good. So while we're here, I'm going to try to get my mom's 1967 Corvette running. I had rebuilt the carburetor in a previous video after we put the gas tank in it and sent it back with her. She got it on and got it running, but apparently fuel poured out of the secondary float bowl. So today we're going to see if we can remedy that and get it running, maybe go for a drive. So I gave her instructions and did a video of how to put it back on the car, and she did, and said fuel was pouring out of the secondary float bowl. And she tapped on it with a screwdriver and all that, but fuel kept coming out. So I brought all the leftover pieces I had out of a couple carburetor kits, and we'll see if we can't find the right needle and seat out of all that, or we can just replace it. When I had originally done this carburetor, that one was holding and doing fine, so I didn't bother replacing it, but who knows. It may just be an adjustment too. So we'll pull that bowl off and see what it looks like.
Well, that doesn't seem to be stuck.
So when I blow through this needle and seat, it works fine, but you can see it sticking right there. So we'll look in my box and see if we have a different one and see if we can change that. This is my truck bed workbench. We'll pull this out of here. Seemed like this one worked before, that's why I didn't change it, but let's find a new one. So I pulled this little cover out so we can see what's going on. It really doesn't do anything other than keep fuel from spraying everywhere. This is why I didn't change this originally, is I didn't have the same exact style. But this one seems like it's hanging up in there, and you can't really see what it looks like. It blows through fine. We're going to try and see if we can make this style work in there. I may have to bend this tab on the float up to make it contact, because it acted like it didn't want to shut off, so we'll try that. Try about that, and let me see if I can find all the pieces to put on the top. A little nut should go on, and then this cap. Now I should be able to blow through the inlet and stop it. Okay, that'll work, and then we'll adjust it on the car. I'm just going to put it back together. Put a little oil on this O-ring. Some of these came off with a gasket, some didn't. If I don't get those right, it'll definitely leak. Everything else looks right. So it's probably been a couple months since this has been run, so more than likely, well, that float bowl was obviously empty. So I'm sure that one is too. So let's crank it a little bit and see if we can get some fuel up to it and see if it'll run. Let's see if the battery's alive.
Once you got gas in there, it was...
I think I forgot a gasket right there. Yeah, there should be a gasket on the bottom right there. That should solve that. Can you crank it for me? Oh, hang on, we got fuel pouring in. Never mind. So we tried to run it and fuel was pouring into the secondaries. So the float probably isn't the problem. I have a feeling I have a gasket on wrong or in the wrong place here under the secondary metering plate. So those clutch head those are clutch head screws. I don't have a clutch head screwdriver. So maybe that'll fit and we can get that off. Or I'll find one small enough where we can get that off and check that gasket. Because it's possible I have the wrong one or I'm backwards or something. So I may have been going down the wrong path with the float because fuel just filled up the secondaries. So I pulled everything off and here's the secondary metering body. Secondary metering plate. I think these terms are right. Secondary metering plate gasket. So all this fits together like that-ish. And then the flow bowl screws on. But what I noticed when I pulled this apart, everything looked normal. And when I pulled this carburetor apart originally, this thing disintegrated. And I only had one of these gaskets in the kit, so I used it. But what I just noticed, it leaves those ports uncovered. And I've done a bunch of Googling, and it shows other ones that are shaped differently that cover those ports up. So I'm thinking that's allowing fuel to get pulled up in there, and that port is drilled at the top, it's pretty small, and allowing it to get where it shouldn't be. Of course, there was only one of these in the kit, so being Thanksgiving Day, I've got some gaskets that I'll probably never need again. I'm gonna try to cut a little corner off and cover that up. Or put the port in it, but block it off to the outside, and we'll see if we can make that work. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of intermediate gasket that I'll probably never use and cut the corners out and sealed off those ports and put a little glue on it. So we will try this before I get to prove my theory, and then I'll try to find the correct gasket, because all the gaskets we found online actually mirror this shape where this one doesn't. So this may be a hodgepodge carburetor or just the wrong kit.
You ready?
Yep. let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll verify the float setting and adjust the idle mixture. But no fuel is pouring in the secondaries or pouring out. Fuel is just trickling out. That should be good.
You guys want to take it for a drive? We should go by the house and I'll do a little.
We can. It needs to warm up a little bit.
Put the air cleaner back on.
So I got all the fuel to stop leaking. Choke's all the way open. It's fairly warm, so we'll mess with the idle mixture a little bit. Ideally, you'd have a RPM gauge and a vacuum gauge, but that's almost too fat. Seems pretty happy right there. We'll try the other side. Seems too fat right there. We'll go back in about half, 3/4 of a turn. All right, we'll put the air cleaner on, go for a little drive. So it's been a few days. We changed the oil, got it inspected because that was 3 years past due, and put about 10 gallons of gas in it. Pretty much ran out of gas on the way to the station. Set the float level on the secondary, so we need to go ahead and do that. Come, God dang it. So anyway, we got the float level adjusted in the secondary and all's good now. It's exactly the same as the secondary procedure. Little walk around this car. It has 65-year knockoff wheels and side exhaust, which was not original to this car, but is the correct for 67. Also, this car was painted yellow originally from the factory and then became painted maroon at some point in its life prior to the 1980s. So any chip you see shows up has maroon paint under it. The top I replaced in probably about 2004.
along with all the interior carpet, seat covers, seat foams, etc. That is the original black. I did also replace or had the odometer rebuilt in probably 1998 because it showed it was stuck at 49,000 miles. So since then it's had about 5,000 miles put on it.
So the driving footage didn't turn out the greatest. We also had a sudden turn for the weather. So we won't be recreating that. So to recap, we replaced the secondary metering plate gasket, which was the wrong one, allowing fuel to just boil into the secondaries. Seemed to solve that, set the flow level, set the mixture, and did a couple drives, and everything seems to work well. So until next time, we'll see ya.